Hey, you want to know what makes a neodymium Neo tweeter do what it do? Watch this video. Be right back. I'm Big Jeff. Hit that like button. This way you can see it before you buy it. Hey, I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com and also B2AudioUSA.com, and we're here doing an unboxing where you get to see it, possibly hear it before you buy it. And we have right here the Rage H1-Neo, which is a set of tweeters that are 100 watt RMS at 4 ohms with a 1-inch voice coil, 2 kilohertz to 20 kilohertz with 104 dB sensitivity, and it's a titanium diaphragm, but a Neo magnet. Now, Neo is very light. It's a type of alloy, but they're very strong, and it's a lot more expensive. Just because it's a Neo speaker doesn't mean everything is. The diaphragms are still titanium, and you can see how small these things are. And the crazy part is, this little tiny thing is what makes all the noise. But like any speaker, you have to have a magnet resistance, and then when you electrify it, it moves, but not moves like a woofer. Cool thing about all the B2 audios, we have replacement diaphragms, so if you blow one, way cheaper to just get yourself another diaphragm, and they're usually pretty easy to rebuild. So what we have here is about $100 a set. Not bad. The last ones I did were the Rage 4s, which had a really cool magnet, and they were $150 a set. But they were not a Neo magnet. So some people say neodymium, some say neodymium, some just say Neo. I'm just going to say Neo because it is always a tongue twister for me. Let's see what we get here. We got 2 tweeters. We have 2 base blockers or caps, and we have some screws. Good box with good packaging, and have a pamphlet. 100 watts, so 200 watts max. And this is, let's see here, hard to see the chart, but it is on our website. It really peaks up when you get to 2000 hertz, and then goes all the way across and does not drop off past 20k kilohertz, 20,000. So real nice. This is a 4 ohm, 2 kilohertz and 20 kilohertz, 104 dB. It is a titanium diaphragm and a Neo magnet. Depth is 2.88 inches, so well, maybe a little bit long depth wise, but still less than 3 inches, so I don't think you'll have a problem. We're going to open this up. You're going to see the design. And overall diameter is 3.85. And the bolt circle diameter, basically where you would bolt it in, you could cut it out a lot smaller. I'll get you that measurement. But open these things up. Okay, so the first thing to me almost looks like a compression driver. And the reason why I say this is because it's got like a horn on top. But this is classified, or they call it a tweeter. I'm gonna call it, well, it's not a compression driver then, but it is a nice design. I really like how they have this cut out. This is definitely not your standard backing. It does have push, really tight push terminals. You do have your caps here. To mount this, real simple, because you only need a hole about 2.5 inches, right? And then that would drop in, because that's all you need to get in there. And then you can do your 3 screw holes. So this would be easy to mount. And yeah, I guess being only under 3 inches, this can go plenty places. It does have a very large cone, which is made to change the way the frequency response is. And a lot of people like the bullets. Most of your super tweeters and or your compression drivers would have that type of cone in there. Another cool thing is 3 Allen head screws pops this off to take the old diaphragm out and put a new one in. So if you get a little crazy one weekend, you can repair it and be back up and running in no time. Also, if you're not using a separate amp and like a DSP where you can cut that frequency off that high, you will want to use these. These are pretty simple. You would put this in on the positive side like that. You would connect your positive there and your negative here. Some of the newbies don't understand that, or they just put this on there and connect it here. It has to pass through the capacitor. Let me put on the big Jeff cam so you can get a close up. All right, so you can see this thing. It almost looks like a compression driver, just like a miniature one. So it's got a good sensitivity at 104 dB, so this thing should be pretty loud, and obviously only 100 watts do its job. But you can see how simple this is. Here I was talking about the push terminals, and you can see the Allen screws to pop this part off to replace the diaphragm. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. So if you've never built or rebuild one before, give me a second. Let me grab the right tool for the job. Ooh, lucky first time. Okay, so if you do blow one of these, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it. This comes off. Now, you do need, in this particular one, a soldering iron because the two flaps are soldered onto the push terminal. So you could pretty much pull this one off. When you put the new one on, you can reuse the old solder, heat it up, and touch them. This is an H1 diaphragm, and these are done at 4 ohms. So really can't screw it up, really simple. Put the new one on, you re-solder down, just heat it up right on where the screws are. Actually, there's 2 screws here that screw these push terminals on, and the solder's right on there. Really simple. Okay, this part of it, you can see where they have, go ahead and turn the big Jeff cam back on. There's the cone. It's crazy because the initial part of the music, or the sound, comes out of this little area and then it comes out. It's pretty crazy. It's a wild build. So to put this back together, well, as long as the screw holes match up, the positive and negative is the same. You're just matching the screw holes on it. Get it started. What I like to do is start them all before you crank it down. Now, they are marked with a positive, negative, and also a red and black, so you know what is what. Excuse me, I got allergies today. I haven't had much rain, and it's killing me. Okay, so I get them all in there somewhat, just like loose, tight, just a little bit. Then I go ahead and start cranking it down. This particular Allen wrench I have will kind of bust off when it gets too tight, which is good. If you're using a regular Allen wrench, it doesn't do that. You don't want to over tighten, you just want to get it a nice tight turn. Okay, so that's all it is. Simple, and this is about $100 a set. You get 2 of them, and you have replacement diaphragms. So let's see what these sound like, because I'm curious, with that such higher frequency, is it more of a tweeter or more of a compression driver? Does it get down lower for voice? And does it have that sound or not? The cool thing is that it's a Neo magnet, so that's why this is so small compared to other tweeters, and they're light. Okay, let's go hook these up. Also, too, keep in mind when you put these in there, you might want to trim it down a little bit. When you put this in the door, you don't want any of the metal from this touching metal, so either wrap it up, use some liquid tape, or cut it down small enough so it does not happen, because it will happen more times than you would know. All right, let's take her over here. I can hook these two up together like that. Give my negative. I'm going to grab one more clip. We'll put these together so it's not going to be a left and right signal. But okay. That buzzing sound is from the amplifier. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, we're using a 4-channel amp. I'm only using 1 channel. In this case, they're going to get about 100 watts total, which is under RMS. Very high pitch. Man, that song kicked in. All right, let's go take this back. Man, it's getting me right in the ear. Super high frequency. 100 watts per set. Okay, super high frequency. I did not expect it to be that high up, but I guess looking at the chart where it was off the chart when you got above 200 hertz, or excuse me, 2000 hertz. So, what would I use these for in an install? Well, I would use this in conjunction with a driver, like a compression driver that has more vocal, a lower frequency, and or a set of tweeters like the ones we just did, the Rage P4s, which had a great vocal, and use these for that high pitch. These will really carry. So for people doing those stunt walls, not even that. I mean, if you were to kind of, it's not just a tweeter, it's really high, then highs, then like vocals, and then you work your way down. I think using this in conjunction with something that's a little bit lower frequency, these would really carry out and give you, once you put it together. What I mean by that is you're just hearing these like that. You're not getting to hear it with the rest of the frequencies. So if we had like a coaxial there, or a driver loudspeaker where you had mid-range and mid-bass and you added these with it, it would open it up big time. So that's where I would love to do that. If I had the money, I had the amplification, I would, like I said, go with a full range loudspeaker, a tweeter that's more in the, say, 500 to 2000, and then get this up there, you know, in the 4 and up. So, you know, just a full range of sound. So, really cool, easy install, easy to replace diaphragms. This is the Rage H1. Do me a favor, hit that like button, and leave a comment, good or bad. Let me know how I did. If you have any questions, we'll try to answer them, or what you want to see on the next one. But you can get these at bigjeffaudio.com, or b2audiousa.com. Hey, I'm Big Jeff with another unboxing with B2 Audio. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you watch it to the end. Share this out, and I'll see you on the next one.